What is up, YouTube knife community? Back again. Today we're going to talk about a couple of mods that I've done here, and we're also going to do like a little size comparison and my thoughts on these two knives. Obviously, we've seen a few Yojumbos here lately. It's getting super popular, the mods that I'm doing to it, and I want to start this out by saying I got to give credit where credit is due. The ideas that went into this Yojumbo were not my ideas at all. A guy that I mentioned it in the last video, Dante, I'm assuming, I think is his name, but he was the first one who reached out and wanted me to mod a Yojumbo, and he sent me a drawing of exactly what he wanted. I'm assuming he's an engineer of some sort, and yeah, he had the straight lines where he wanted them, exactly everything he wanted. Had the choil drew out, just everything he wanted. He told me what he exactly what he wanted, and that's what I did. So I got to give him credit for this idea. These two here happen to be for Lee from LUV THEM KNIVES. If you don't know who Lee is, crawl out from under your rock, jet over there and sub to his channel, and then come back. I'll still be here. I highly doubt if you're watching me, you don't know who LUV THEM KNIVES is. And right here he is, Instagram and YouTube, LUV THEM KNIVES. Lee's a good guy. He's the OG of HRC. He was one of the very first people to start testing the steels on knives, and we all kind of fell in behind him, and it blew up to be what it was. It's kind of calmed down a little bit now, but Lee is still doing a lot of testing. If you go over to his channel and check it out, he's I can't remember what batch he's up to, 36, something like that, maybe more. I can't remember, but Lee's put a lot of money into testing knives and sending them off for HRC testing, PMI testing, to keep these companies honest. Honestly, I mean, I'm not just saying this. Everybody in the knife community should appreciate what Lee is doing over there. He's definitely worked his butt off getting the test results that he's gotten so far. So, yeah, Lee, from me, brother, and pretty much everybody I know and I speak to on a daily basis, thanks, man, because I know you've poured a lot into it for sure. So we'll talk about, as you can see here, these two knives are pretty much identical in size. And if you don't know what this is the Spyderco Tropen. I'm thinking it was released in 2017. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me down there in the comments if you know. But anyway, this knife is so awesome, and I didn't think I would ever enjoy this knife at all. But there's so many different ways you can open it. You know, you can use this wave feature here as a thumb flicker. You can come around and Spidey flick it like that. And of course, you've got the flipper tab here. One of the major downfalls to this knife, if you wasn't following it or didn't follow it in the beginning, is the blade poked through right here. And I'm telling you guys, let me find something to point with. The blade came up to about, let me find a little finer tip, probably up to about right in here, right there where you see that ink line. Yeah, it would have sliced your finger off. Justin over at OCD and I have been talking about this. He's got one of these now. So what they had in mind is, see, when you hit the compression lock, the flipper tab comes back around and it hits your finger right there. So you automatically have to get your finger out of the way for the knife to shut on. So I'm sure that when they were designing this, they took that into consideration, that your thumbs or your fingers going to be out of the way long before that edge gets there. But still, the way that it was, when you was going down into your pocket, you could easily snag that blade, especially if it was super sharp, and cut yourself. So I reached out to Lee after I seen his Yojumbo review and showed him the mods that I was doing, and man, he automatically just jumped right in. He's like, yes, I want that done. Where do I send my knife? Blah blah blah. So he was going to send me that one, and then he said, could you do a choil on the Tropen? to keep that edge from catching my finger. And I was like, yeah. So he ordered one of these, had it sent to me, and we put this choil in there so he doesn't cut his finger off. So yeah, right off the top with the Tropen, you've got 9.13 overall, a 4-inch blade. It was 3.95-inch cutting edge before I put the choil in. Now you got 3.5-inch cutting edge, almost on the money. Your blade width and the widest point is 1.25 inches. Your stock is 14 thousandths, as you can see. It comes down to the standard 20 thousandths behind the edge that Spyderco does these days, or whatever. It is S30V. You got a 5.11-inch handle. That is exactly 0.52 thick by my calipers. A good size knife. It weighs 4.10 ounces, and it is designed by Javier Vogt. Right here's his last name, VOGT. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but right there's his last name, and his first name is Javier. And this one is, or was, built in Taichung, Taiwan. So, as I was saying earlier, the more you mess with this knife, like, you can get your finger out of the way, and it's no big deal. So you just get a rhythm with it. You move your finger out of the way, and it's all good. Every once in a while, you'll miss. No big deal. It works great. The wave feature works excellent. If I could show you, I would. But and you know, you can thumb flick it very easy, or spidey flick it very easily. Just a super nice knife. I really did not think that I would enjoy this, but I do. And the bearing system in this knife is freaking awesome. The very best bearings that I've ever seen. Definitely in a Spyderco. Probably in all the production knives that I've took apart. The bearing system is just super awesome. It's a phosphor bronze cage. I'm pretty sure it's steel bearings, but just the way they're made, they're real thick, heavy duty bearings, and they're going to last for a long time. You got a T8 pivot, T6 bodies, T6 on the pocket clip. This pocket clip is a little bit different than Spyderco's standard spoon clip. Not a lot, but just a fuzz. Ergos on this thing, man, are freaking phenomenal. This knife feels perfect. One thing I don't understand is if you see how there looks like there's a cutout here for a liner lock, and when you first start messing with this knife, you reach for that non-stop thinking it's a liner lock, but it's not. I don't know why they did that. It doesn't hurt ergos. It don't help ergos. I don't understand why they did it, but it's pretty cool. For whatever they did that for, who knows. But beautiful knife. I put the choil in it and sharpened this. This is all I've done. I don't know if I can get it to focus on the edge. The edge is mirrored. It's hard to get it to focus on the mirrored edge, but that's it. Just a beautiful blade. The grind lines, I know you can see it as it's laying down here. The grind lines are freaking awesome on it. It's a beautiful knife. A lot of people think it's ugly. The blade shape's odd, blah, you know, whatever. To me, I like it. I've enjoyed having it around and getting a chance to check it out finally. Probably never ever would have checked it out without modding one eventually, but now I'll probably end up getting one of these later on down the line. All right, we'll go ahead and talk about the Yojumbo just because it's laying here with this other knife. But with it, you got 9.26 overall. You got a 4-inch blade. Before that choil, it was 3.875 cutting edge. With the choil, it's 3.75. You can see how much you lost there. Not a whole lot. Less than a 1/4 inch. So there's that. Then you have blade width of 1.5 inches. Stock is 15 or 150 thousandths. Earlier I said that the stock on this is 14 thousandths. Totally wrong. It's 140 thousandths and 150 thousandths on the Yojumbo. And it also comes down to about 20 thousandths behind the edge. S30V. Handle length is 5.37. Handle thickness is .45, so it is just a little bit thinner than the Tropen, but the Tropen is contoured, as you can see right here, contoured Tropen. And it weighs 5.1 ounces. So the Yojumbo is almost an ounce heavier than this. I don't feel like it. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. So the Yojumbo is about an ounce heavier than the Tropen, and they've got essentially the same size cutting edge when they're brand new before mods. So, of course, the Yojumbo is designed by Michael Janich. Pretty sweet knife. So what did I do to this knife? As I did in the others, the blade has a big hump that comes up like this. I cut it like that, make it streamlined, just one solid line. And then the handle has two humps here. I took all that off. Heavily contoured chamfered the all the edges of the scales. Very comfortable in hand like this. Absolutely love it. I also, if I can get it to show, but I do put a tiny chamfer on the inside too. That way, when you're bearing down, those 90-degree corners do not catch you. And the tool, obviously, is to keep the blade from hitting your finger when it shuts. Before, it was just like the Shaman, it would hit your finger. So, real quick, I didn't bring my normal like size comparison knives out here, but I do have what I carry today. And first up is the my Microtech just messed up. Here's my LUV that evidently just broke a spring. Yep. Crap. So anyway, there's my LUV against them. Pivot to pivot. We'll move this up and go pivot to pivot there too, so you can get a good idea of how long they are. That's upsetting. Well, that'll be going to Microtech. Shoot. And the only other one I've got with me is this Shaman that has got an M4 blade and the Crew Carta scales. Look at that. So there you go. That's the size on it. Alright, so that's all we got. Anyways, guys, I didn't mean for this to turn into a huge review, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of these two knives. And one thing that L.T.K always says is, will it be a knife? Will it cut? Let's check it out. Well, maybe it won't. There's that one. Pretty sharp, pretty sharp, pretty sharp. And here's the Yojumbo. Pretty sharp. There it is. Yes, they will cut. Lee, if you're watching this, I don't know if you'll ever watch this or not, but I want to say thank you, man, for the business. And again, thank you for all your hard work with the HRC testing and so on. And yeah, that's all I got on this one, guys. If you want to hit me up for some mods, check me out on Instagram or email me at bgh21208@gmail.com. That's all I've got on this one, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for checking out these mods and these two killer knives that I have grown to really like since having them in hand. And again, if you haven't checked out Lee, go check out Lee, which I'm pretty positive everybody here has. And that's all I got, guys. Hopefully I can fix my Microtech. That sucks. Totally messed up. Spring shot. If anybody knows anything about that, let me know. That's all I got. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.